What is the challenge in motivating people?
Well, first of all, not everyone needs an external motivational push or support of some kind. A lot of people are quite comfortable with the way things are. Even a lot of the people that we may think that would benefit from some type of motivation don't necessarily need it because in reality, they're more comfortable with how things are than they are willing to put in energy and effort into something more challenging. So that's one consideration. Have you ever heard the story of the whimpering dog? Pretty interesting story. So there's a man seated in the front of a store in one of those Caribbean islands somewhere. If you've ever been to the Caribbean, you know in the market there's always a guy seated in front of the store. While everyone else is crammed into this tight street, there's this guy just seated there, unbothered by anything. People are trying to buy things, sell things, move things, and he's just there chilling. So there's a man seated in front of the store, and right next to him, his dog is laying down. And people would go into the store, leave the store, and they'd hear their dog whimpering. And on occasion, someone would stop and say, "Dude, what's up with your dog?" And he'd look up and say, "Well, he's laying on a bed of nails. Why doesn't he move?" Because it's not painful enough. And that's what happens to a lot of people without realizing it. You hear them all the time. They're complaining about their job. "Oh, my job sucks. I can't wait to get out of here." They're counting down to Friday and it's Monday. And that's what I mean. They're not uncomfortable enough. It's not painful enough for them to move. Another perspective, whether you want to call it the millennial perspective or my parents have been working their entire lives and we didn't have anything such as an annual family vacation perspective, is that oftentimes motivational content comes across as theoretical or philosophical in nature. And I'm well aware of that. I'm very familiar with that. Where I'm from, we see a lot of motivational content and we say, that's good, but how does that help me survive today? How does this help me improve this reality that I'm experiencing right now? I mean, to get from this point to down the block, I can listen to any one of those speakers and I'm pretty sure they're not going to make that path any easier for me to walk. So to make that translation between the content and the theory of it all to actual application, that's where I come in. I'm not the one that's going to tell you to go out there and run 2 miles regardless of what the weather is or how cold it is at the time of day and not either be willing to do it, have done it, or I'm currently doing it. Matter of fact, I'm well aware that we're here right now in a comfortable setting and we're talking about motivation and getting people to do things, but to actually get out there and do something is a whole different ball game altogether. It requires a whole different set of skills, will, and determination. But I know that if I need to leave here after this and go run those 2 miles, I could do it. Because in my head, I've already made that decision that here's a theory that says if I do this, I'm going to get this result, and I'm willing to apply that theory. And I know how to apply that theory. So that's why I firmly believe that anyone that I consult with or give suggestions to, I could definitely take what they want to do and make it a real life thing, a real life habit or steps of progress towards something. So we can take away that mystique of the theory behind it all and actually create that real life application. And I think that's what's missing in a lot of content out there.